Good morning. Good morning. I'm trying to get everything set up still. It's nice out. You should be working. I Here a while back I turned a lot of the mod stuff off when I was not doing everything. I got hacked on some stuff, and somebody was saying that we have too many mods. That it I don't know if it's true or not, and I can't add the mods. I'm trying to set my other phone up right now. That's what I'm trying to do. I can add you back if I can ever figure out how to get into live. I can't find my own. Oh, 3 hour drive, dang. To get a wheelbarrow. Oh, there, now you're a mod. Hi, Decenio, my brother. Decenio, I don't know if you understand this or not, but how did you get so many smart kids graduating from college and stuff? Jeez, they must have been adopted. You got some very good kids. Thank you, brother. Hi, Latoya. Welcome back in today. They open the gates. A lot of traffic. I'm in Iowa, south of Des Moines, 37 miles to be exact, sign just said. So we're headed to Wisconsin. Ooh, rough road. Hey, backtrack. Morning. Backtrack, you been working on the truck or working on the flowers? Yeah, I've had some rough times. My wife suggested I do this more. If you, I did a video yesterday, explained a little bit. I think my medication has messed me up. I'm depressed and just don't want to live anymore or work. And I hadn't been doing my lives, talking to people, interacting, and I just been very lazy. I can't sleep at night. She suggested that I maybe do some more of these once in a while again. Maybe it would help me out a little bit, interacting with all of you. So I did it yesterday for almost 3 hours. I got up the highway quite a ways. I switched jobs last week or the week before. I'm pulling a reefer now, hauling meat. Oh, planted a garden now. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Shannon had a garden a few years ago, but she works nights and don't have much time anymore, so she didn't even plant nothing this year. She got some wild pumpkins growing from last year. She bought the pumpkins to feed the chickens, and they're growing wildly. But oh, you start a new job too, huh? Doing sheetrock or construction or yeah, sunflowers taste good. You can eat some of them. Get off the dotted line, yellow truck. delivering groceries. I used to deliver to that Kroger warehouse up there by you once in a while, but I don't know if we do the Kroger's hauling his meat or not. That's the way with me driving this truck. My body just can't handle the riding anymore. How you get that S10 fix, you can deliver faster. Oh, okay. Well, if I get up that way, maybe let you know. You got to work on service still. Watch, I've had several Suburbans taken underneath your floorboard on the driver's side, right there where the frame curves. There's two brake lines run through the frame right there, and with the snow and the rust and the dirt up there where you're at, I've had to change the brake lines right there. They're a pain in the ass. They're right there in the corner under your floorboard on the frame. It builds up in there and they rust out. My pressure wash that out, save you one headache. They routed them really strange on that thing. There's a hole in the frame right through there. You can wash it out. But it's right there at that curve where it comes up to the A-arms. Oh, you already did that, huh? Yeah, them are this four-way route brake lines on a vehicle. got a different phone holder and it worked pretty good yesterday. And this Peterbilt doesn't bounce around a lot. The truck bounces, vibration in here, but it's staying put. So hey Ken, I thought you was in yesterday, Ken. There was another loan. I wasn't reading it really close, and I delivered down in Edgerton, Kansas. They really built that area up down there. I don't know if you've been down that way. I delivered a trailer down there. Then I run up to St. Joe. I'm back hauling meat. Hey, Paul. Hi, Rita. Rita, are you out of your recliner? Terry's back feeling any better today? Yeah, it is hay season in our area. Everybody was cutting hay. I left by the house there this morning, and a lot of fields got grass cut. It's supposed to rain Thursday. They better hurry up this week and get it put up. All right, backtrack. Hey, Goose. Goose, I'm working out of Amarillo now, a company out of Amarillo. I actually was down at Tula, I think, Texas, just south of Amarillo, Friday. We get some runs once and down to Clovis that he's talking about. So maybe they can come down that way. Yeah, Tula. That's where I was at. They're building if you look on Facebook, I did a picture there. They're building a great big solar farm. I don't know how wide it is, but it's 3 miles long. They just started building it, getting everything. I hauled a bunch of the panels in. It is going to be huge. I escorted us out. There's about 20 trucks. We had to stay at a truck stop. They come and got us in the morning in order of what they wanted to stuff. Some flatbedders had pipe on, and then van trailers or reefer trailers had the modules on and stuff. And made it this huge operation. They shut them down while I was out there in the middle of the field. It was the lightning out there, and it made them all sit in their vehicles. There's all this steel around there. How you feeling anyway, Charlie? Oh, but that hurt. With your heart the way it is, are you stable enough to go in and go under the knife like that? They must have your blood pressure and everything under control now. You're gonna tell Mel stop beating on you. Oh wow, you've been abused by Mel so long you didn't know you was hurting. Oh no. Shannon was sick last week, had bronchitis. She went to work last night, but she's really tired, drained. I just think outright. I got to talk to you yesterday. I just don't want to live. I don't want to commit suicide, but I just don't have the energy to live and hurting all the time. And talking to different ones in here yesterday, and I'm on so many different medications. They were suggesting talk to the doctor and have him check my medications. My medications are messing with me or something. I can't sleep at night. My brain's always thinking of different stuff. Yeah, maybe get that new hip. You'll be able to do a lot more and walk around and stuff and go fishing and camping and stuff. Maybe things change for you guys because you guys have had it rough for the last year. I mean, you had Mel had her accident and you had your heart attack and her getting one. So about time for you guys to have a break. Wow. I wish I could lose 65 pounds. I'd like to lose at least 100. I just can't hardly walk around the truck without hurting. I stopped and got fuel right before I started this live. Standing there pumping the fuel and walking inside getting my ticket. Well, I actually had to walk in and give my card. The thing pump would start. And so I had to walk in and walk back in. And I was about wasted when I got back to the truck. I bet you do. I think that's a lot of our problems is our weight. I don't know how to lose it, so I hardly eat much anymore. I eat mostly out of the truck. I do eat a lot of bread. I eat a lot of sandwiches. I got a refrigerator here, and I just make me like a ham sandwich or something, and a can of pork and beans. And I don't really eat right, I guess. I have cut down on the energy drink. I've almost quit them. I had one this morning, had one yesterday, and I hadn't had one in quite a while. But dang, you lost all that weight. You had to get new clothes. Or some suspenders. Oh, must be a wreck over there going on 80. Comes the ambulance. Backed up. Well, we're coming into Des Moines. This highway you guys see right here, years ago, me and my dad worked construction. We built Walmart distribution centers, and we worked on highways, and I lived in a camper, pop-up camper, right up here at this next exit by the old truck stop. There wasn't a truck stop there then. It was a farm. We rented the farm for the equipment, cement plant, and I helped build this highway right here. I hauled the equipment around and drove cement trucks. Oh, I'm headed to Wisconsin, up there by Green Bay, just south of Green Bay. Ken, I dropped the link. I think I got it pinned if you want to come up. Are you headed to Kearney? Oh, okay. Watch your stuff on Facebook, and every once in a while you show McDonald's will make you fat, Ken. Somebody just get around this curve. Sorry about that, guys. I brought Joe up and I lost connection.
There you go.
You messed me up, Joe.
Oh, yeah, I was wondering what was going on. I was going to try refreshing myself.
Yeah, I hit bring you up, and then it says I lost connection. Try again.
Right. What's new, man?
You're driving 3 hours to get a wheelbarrow? I hope it's a motorized wheelbarrow.
No, 2, actually. No. Well, two of them. I can't find them anywhere. I looked everywhere. Amazon, eBay, landscaping stores around here, everywhere.
Oh,
Everywhere, I'm telling you. And I don't want a 6 cubic foot wheelbarrow because I got 3 of them already. And I need something large that hauls mulch better, you know, with more quantity, you know what I mean?
right. A deeper one.
And, yeah, yep. So, with the steel tub, I don't want a poly one, you know what I mean? I don't want to have to throw the pick in there and have it go through the plastic, you know what I mean?
Charlie said hi
When
to
they
you.
get cold.
Joe.
Oh, hello, Charlie. Because when they get cold, they break easy, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
I've been watching these guys doing cement work, and they got these motorized wheelbarrows. I want one of them.
yeah, the
Ride
power
on it.
buggies, they're,
Yeah, the power
Yeah,
buggy. I want one of them.
yeah, they're nice. I got 3 nice wheelbarrows now, but, I want one with 2 wheels. So you can't like super load it, but it's good for like mulch and stuff, you know?
Yeah.
Lightweight. But you can fit double or almost more than double in a 10 cubic yard, you know?
Hey, I ain't seen you in a while. Did you get your shirts?
No,
Still ain't got them, huh?
no, no.
I called him out on it here a while back.
Oh, yeah? Yeah, I ain't got nothing. He said he was going to send me the pink ones with nothing because he had to order them. He never did. He scammed me. Yep, I wouldn't get nothing made from him ever again. I said, you said that you were going to throw yours in the fire.
Yeah.
You did such bad work on them. Yeah. Yeah, oh well, you live and learn, I guess. I thought I was doing something right, but
Yeah,
I
I know it.
got another guy on the hook that's been working on them. He's local, you know.
It's hard to trust anybody anymore.
I didn't need a graphic. Right. And like I said, I trusted it because you had yours done, you know, and I figured it was good, but
Were
I guess
you guys
not.
in here? We're talking
I
about
heard someone else that got,
rambling with the Brahms.
I guess
Selling
somebody,
merchandise.
oh,
And he screwed Joe around. He ain't got his merchandise. It's been 2 or 3 months, so don't buy anything from him.
yeah, I paid him. Yeah, and I heard someone that got coffee mugs made that the first few times that they washed them, everything started coming off already. So I don't know what's
got
up with
some
that.
coffee mugs from him too, but they're still in the box. I haven't even opened the box. Since I looked at it, and that's about it.
Yeah. Throw them in the dumpster. No, I unsubbed and everything from them. I can't deal with that stuff. There ain't no graphics that had to be made. It's just a copy and print, copycat of it.
Yeah.
And then he kept blaming it, saying that it was this other lady that he had to deal with. Should have told me that at first. It ain't too loud. It sounds good, Randy, or?
It's a little bit loud. I got my headset on though.
Yeah, me too. All right, that should be better. I had the window down. Yep. So I'm just trucking to go get a couple of wheelbarrows, I guess. I'm going to get 2 for the price. They're pretty good. I got to stop way out in near West Virginia.
So you've been keeping busy?
Oh yeah, you haven't been watching my channel and liking? I figured.
I haven't been watching hardly any YouTube.
No.
I just ain't been in a mood for anything. Hi, Paula.
Hi,
And
Paula.
I watch Dirt Perfect, Let's Dig, and this guy Fab Rabs, and Robbie Layton. That's the only shows I've been watching. They do a video every day. I haven't been watching no regular YouTube.
Yeah.
I actually ain't been getting no notifications from you. I'm gonna have to look and see if I'm subscribed still, 'cause I haven't even been getting no notifications.
Yeah, I'm getting up there. I almost got 400. I only need a few more to reach 400, and then I'm probably going to do a giveaway or something, get some stickers made or something. Not from Scott, though. Hey, Ugly Dog. Oh, yeah, Ugly Dog's still in here, too. I was going to say hi to him. I can't see the chat, but
yeah, that's
he hasn't
Charlie.
had no...
said hi to you.
Yeah, good. He hasn't had no lives or nothing.
He's been busy, and he's just saying
he's
going to have a hip replacement.
Oh, geez. Yeah, we're both cruising. Where are you at? On the 90 or?
No, I'm on 80 right now.
Oh.
Coming through Des Moines, almost through it.
Oh, cool. You coming out this way at all anytime, or?
We don't run up that way much. I mainly stay right in the Midwest now, hauling meat. I stay around Omaha, Amarillo, back and forth.
Yeah, cool.
Charlie said he's got lives coming back soon.
Oh, good. I'll be watching. Or I'll be in or whatever. Yeah, I know. When you're really busy, I'm the same way, though. I'm sure a lot of people are. You don't mean to do it, but people take a break for a while, you know?
Yep.
Things come up.
I stopped watching a lot of them because everybody wanted to talk about meeting up or ships, cruises. That's all they wanted to talk about, or it wasn't interesting to me, so I just stopped watching.
Right.
I go into Rustic every once in a while. He does a live. He's the one who helped me get started, so I go on his. I don't stay very long, but I do go in and say hi.
Yeah, I go in Piggy's. Right.
I haven't been in Piggy's in a long time.
No, Piggy, Elaine. Joy hasn't had none with Scott either, I know.
No. No, Joy's on Facebook a lot, but I haven't seen her doing much on YouTube.
Uh-huh. Oh, I don't have Facebook, so I got to get one created, though.
Yeah, for your business, you get a Facebook account, too, and then you can show pictures on there.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, people can look at your account when you're, say, hey, here goes my Facebook. You can see some of my jobs.
Yeah. I think I could see the chat now. We'll see.
Oh, Charlie said you got some shorts up this week.
Oh, yeah. Oh yeah, cool. Yeah, I could see the chat now. Can you see the screen, right? You could see him.
Yep.
Oh, okay, because I can't see it, but I could see the chat.
Yeah. Okay, you're passing a truck.
Yeah, yeah. A lot of road construction you've been hitting, or
No, not really yet.
no?
Matter of time, though.
Yeah. New truck running good?
Yeah, not too bad.
Yeah, good. Got a Cummins in it. It should last a while. Every 1 and 3rd truck on the road, a semi, is a Cummins, so. A lot of people special order them, you know what I mean? Because the
Yep.
reliability in them. A lot of
They had a lot of
truckers.
problems with a lot of the Cummins, though.
Has there been?
Yeah, a lot of them are blowing up, the newer ones.
Huh. I know they're starting these new Platinums here soon. They're called Platinum motors for the rigs. So they're all new. They're all new coming down the assembly line. They're all switching over now. You know what I mean? Because the federal regulations, I know, because I worked at Cummins. I worked at the plant where they build the semi motors in Jamestown, New York. That's all we do is, well, that's all we did, you know, when I was working there this winter, and that's all we do is semi motors at that plant.
Oh.
They build them for the semis there, the X5s and that, or 12s or whatever.
Right.
15 are all made right there in Jamestown, New York.
Oh.
You should see the size of that building.
Yeah, I bet it's huge.
Oh man, it's over 1 million square feet.
Hey, that should have paid pretty good, did it?
Yeah. Yeah, it didn't pay too bad, but I've always done my landscaping thing. I can't leave my clients hanging either.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's different when you're working inside that building all day and not working outside when you're used to working outside.
Oh yeah. Where's Carrie been? I seen she was on the live yesterday, huh?
Yeah, she was on here. She's a sewing. She's making dog blankets for a shelter.
Oh,
Donate
nice.
10 of them to the shelter.
Oh yeah. That'll keep her busy for a while. To be ready just in time for the winter time. Yeah, they make the motors for the Amazon trucks and stuff like that too, you know what I mean? Dump trucks,
Oh.
John Deere
I think
tractor.
there's a propane truck, one that's run by propane. Yesterday over there on the East Coast somewhere, I seen on the news, it was, I think it was a UPS truck. It blew up. Man, it is a heck of a 8 firemen got hurt. 2 of them critically injured.
That's crazy. No, I didn't hear about that.
A creepy crawler skull. I'll bet that'd be neat. Charlie, you make some awesome. My lure on it's on the Kenworth keychain. I haven't put it over in the feeder belt yet. Forgot to do that.
What?
Charlie, you got any shows coming up?
Oh, he's working on a creepy clown skull now.
There, I'm back. $25 for a blade. Dang. When's your hip surgery, Charlie? You'll be down for a little bit with that.
Yeah.
Oh, they haven't scheduled it yet. Hey, Michael. Michael, how you and Bobby been doing? I haven't seen you guys in a while. I haven't been on nothing. What did you, Paula, have to run and take care of the baby?
Oh, yeah.
I got a new great grandson Friday.
Oh, yeah? Nice. Say a new grandson?
Yep.
Oh, nice.
Paula's in here. Her daughter had a baby Friday night.
Oh, cool. Fun for the next 10 years.
Oh, Junior take off and go to Florida? Oh, you had surgery? Oh, I didn't know. Man, everybody. You know, I tell everybody how bad I have, but man, there's always something else out somebody else worse off.
Yeah.
Charlie's getting ready for hip surgery. Mel had a minor heart attack, and man, it's just everybody around.
How
There's
much
always
diesel out
somebody.
that way, Randy?
Huh? I didn't hear you,
I
Joe.
know. That's. Oh, how much diesel out
I
that
didn't
way?
hear.
My bad.
Oh, 326 in Iowa I just give, but I screwed up. It was 299 there in St. Joe this morning. Hi, Kim. Yeah, it was 299, but I wanted to get a little ways up the road this morning.
Uh huh. 297 at the truck stop there where we met.
Oh, is it? Yeah, I was going to fill up down there.
Uh huh.
Well, I got enough to go. I was going to fill up this morning there where I was parked. It was 299, and well, it should be the same in Missouri. I got up to northern Missouri, and it was 364. I went 75 miles, and it changed that much. So I went on into Iowa, and I got it for 312 or 326. It is dropping, so go drop. Kim, are you doing anything today, or just sitting around? Hey, Alfonso. I just left Des Moines, Alfonso. Headed towards Walcott area. I think I might stay over there at Walcott tonight. Nope, I'm not going up by Fort Dodge. I've got to go up to Wisconsin, go across Illinois, and go up into Wisconsin. Yep, and it's not. It's only 73 degrees. Really nice out today. It was nice there at the house this morning. It was in the 60s. I went to sleep with the air conditioner on. I got cold. Paula, you guys moved. How far is it to work now? You can't just walk to work now. Oh, it's not that far. The baby must be staying up all night, huh? it takes them a while to get on a schedule. I don't know if it'll work on him or not, but when ours were little, once in a while, it was an old wise tail. And it works with puppies too, but put an alarm, one of them wind-up alarm clocks that ticks, makes noise in the crib with it, and it hears that noise and makes them sleep better. I don't know if it's true or not, but we tried it. I don't even know if you can get one of them wind-up clocks anymore. But just a ticking noise. Yeah, I don't remember which one of the kids. It was one of the girls had a hard time sleeping, and we did it on some of the old people told us about it. Might get instead of the clock, they got all them toys that circle around, make noise, and you wind up, and you hear. Just the background noise. I think all it is. They don't think they're alone or by themselves or something. I guess. I don't know how it works. I don't care, Kim. Come on up. That's why I pinned it to the top today, so it was easier for people to come up. We listened to Carrie's sewing machine all day yesterday, so she had that thing wound up.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Okay,
About time you do something with all that fabric.
Huh?
About time you do something with all that fabric.
Hey, well, I'll put it this way. I separated a whole bunch of it out because Jerry had said that his wife definitely wanted some of it. So I separated out a whole bunch of it at a bushel box, clear full. And it was sitting here in my living room and sitting here and sitting here and sitting here. And no matter how many times I ask, are you guys still wanting this? Are you still interested? I never got an answer. So I finally just decided, you know what? I will just put it to use. I will start making a bunch of quilts for donation and go from there.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm doing.
You're going to get you something to do.
Well, I had enough to do to begin with, but this will just add to it. I still have.
Hi, AR.
Hello, AR. I'll have to follow Randy's lead on chat because if I try to get to where I can see chat, this phone that I have kicks me off. So
it's been a while, but I believe that's Dustin. I'm probably doing it wrong, but it's been a while, but I think that's Dustin.
Well, I'm glad to see you back doing lives. Is Shannon
I don't know how many I'm going to do. Yeah, she's doing better today. She worked last night. She took me to Walmart where she went home this morning. Went home to her chores, and the dog was out, and the goats got into another pen, and she's tired. She went to bed early today.
Yeah. Well, that's understandable. Sometimes we just got to do things like that.
Usually when she gets bronchitis, she ends up getting pneumonia and really gets down, but I think she caught it early this time.
Oh, I sure hope so. I have been fortunate this winter and have not had to deal with bronchitis. I've had a couple of colds, but that was courtesy of my grandkids. And they're just such giving little boogers.
Yeah.
And
they want to share with Grandma.
Oh, yes, they did.
Hi, Big Joe. He's saying hi to you, Kim.
Hi, Joe.
He's new to the channel, he says. Also, I've never seen that one. It's called Big Joe.
Whoops. Oh, there it is.
Well, welcome in.
Welcome in to everybody that's joining. This is a good deal. Well, I figure by the time that I get all of this cut, either my back or my hands are going to be going, enough. Yeah, I figure I'll probably agree heartily. But that's okay. For now, I have the ability to do it, so it's all good.
Just don't overdo it, so you're hurting. Do it
exactly.
Moderate, usually, whatever.
I have learned to pace myself a lot, and I have kind of been forced in the last couple of years to listen to my body, whether I want to or not. And plus the fact that I have doctors saying, you've got to pay attention to what your body's telling you. And I'm like, okay, fine, I will. And some days it argues mightily, but I tend to argue back. And so, which sometimes it gets me into trouble, but most of the time I'm okay. So, because I definitely am not one to just sit around and not do anything. That's just not in my nature. And the times that I am sitting down, I have handwork in my hands.
Thanks, Charlie. I was trying to grab my phone.
either-
That Big Joe's something else. I'm trying to block him.
Wonder who that person is.
No, I don't care for you.
We had some last night on a couple of the quilt gals that I moderate for, and those guys were just being thoroughly obnoxious. And I was getting good at catching them though. So it worked out. So where is it you are headed to today?
Wisconsin, just south of Green Bay.
Oh my goodness. My son-in-law was up there not very long ago. And it was somewhere up around Green Bay. Don't ask me the name. Because that was all Rachel told me was he's somewhere up around Green Bay. And so I was like, okay, that'll work. That's fine. But she told me later that he had said that he had been in some really pretty areas up in there. So and they just got back from a vacation in Myrtle Beach. They took all 4 kids and went on a vacation out there. And Rachel said they just had a ball. She said they got to see and do so many things that they had planned to do on other vacations and hadn't had the chance. And even the youngest one was having fun. They went to the big aquarium out there and did the that glass bottom boat deal. And I guess in part of the aquarium, one of the pictures that she sent me, there was this huge shark swimming underneath the kids' feet. And my oldest granddaughter had her feet pulled clear up like this. I was like, good choice, Iz. But yeah, she's a good kid. She's starting to grow up. She's 10 and a half, and she's 2 inches taller than me.
Oh, wow.
It doesn't take much to be taller than me. I am literally exactly 5 feet tall. And so, and one doctor even asked me, he said, now, is that with or without your tennis shoes with an inch sole on it? I said, no, that is without them. I said, ask your nurse. She made me take my shoes off when she measured me. I was like, okay. So I was like, yep. And what's bad is that in the last 10 years, I have lost 3.5 inches in height. And I have been assured by many that it's not coming back. Well, okay. Guess I get to live with it. I'll just be the short one in the family. Currently, the only ones who are actually shorter than me is my youngest grandson, who is only 19 months old. And the youngest granddaughter. I was going to say,
you got one that lives over by Columbia shorter than you get.
Yeah. Well, actually, there's 2 of them. The 9-year-old, well, Kayston just turned 9. And he was 9 in February, and Davin turned 8 in May. And the 9-year-old is only about 1.5 inches shorter than me, and that 8-year-old and the 8 or 19-month-old are still shorter than me. They're still below this point. So I'm like, yay, I still have some height. So, and of course, my daughter just thinks that is so funny because she's like 5'6". She's like, Mom, are you ever going to grow? I said, no, I don't think that's an option anymore. I'm pretty well done with that. So it's like, well, that's okay, Mom. You gave it a good run while you could. So there you go. Yeah. And of course, both of my son-in-laws, my other daughter is 5'10", and her sons are 6'3" and 6'2" respectively.
Wow.
She said, yes, he grows giants. Her husband is 6'2". Rachel's husband is 6'3". All of my grandchildren, with the exception of the two youngest ones, have bigger feet than me. So currently I don't have to share my shoes with anybody. So I'm just thinking, yeah, sometimes this is not fun, but that's right. I'll deal with it.
At least when the kids are smaller, when they got new shoes, you could get their old ones in.
Yeah, well, you know what though, with Davin, I can't do that because she's got this little narrow foot, and after all of the years that I have spent in jobs on my feet, I basically have a duck foot. It's like super wide across my toes, and then I got this little skinny heel. And shoe stores in Denver used to literally run when I would walk in the doors.
Oh.
And oh yeah, there was one guy that would be like, "Oh my God, she's back," and I just laughed at him when he did it, and he was like, "I'm sorry, I'm sorry." I said, "Don't worry about it. It's not a problem. I know I'm not easy to fit."
Special shoes then, huh?
Oh, my dad said one time that it would be easier to buy the box because it stood a better chance of fitting. I was like, well, thanks, Dad. That was a real boost in ego there. And the way shoes are made now, some of them are like buying a box. Small box, but it's a box. So
Charlie, I went in and tried to block him on my other phone, and I can't get him blocked. I know you got him on timeout, but I was going to block him. But
whoa. Tell Charlie, don't put him on timeout. Hide him.
He had him on timeout already.
Okay. If he pops back up again, tell him to go down to the bottom where it says hide user on channel. That's the one he needs to hit, and that will block him. And then you can go in at a later date and actually block this person so that they cannot come back in under any circumstances.
They come in on another name.
Yeah, just keep hitting that hide user on channel. They can come in up to, I believe it's either 3 or 4 times under a new name. And the lady that I was helping yesterday as a mod, she's got a quilt channel and she's up in Idaho. And she finally changed her settings to, instead of being a member for like 10 minutes, you had to be a member for at least 30 minutes before any comments could be made. And so that seemed to work out pretty good doing that. So you may have to try doing that when you start your lives, and then that pretty well takes care of them. It seems to help a lot though.
I reported him too. So.
Ah, good.
They're
That's
falling.
something else.
Yep.
That's something else got to be done is get them reported. Bunch of them that was coming in last night was just, they were being obnoxious brats.
This one here just wants to look up your shirt. I'll tell you what
Oh,
he's saying.
You know, well, fix that.
We don't need any of that on here. I ain't had this problem in a long time, but I ain't been doing it for a while. But
Yeah, there's
Paula
too
and
many of them.
Charlie's taking care of him.
Good. Thank you, Charlie. Last night we were dealing with basically undisciplined brats
Uh-oh.
that had never been taught any kind of respect for anybody or anything, and so. Yeah, there was. It's just stupidity. Current era that we live in. So where all are you getting runs to now? You said you had changed companies again.
Yeah, leased a company out of Amarillo, but they have an office in Omaha. I'm working out of it. And we haul meat from all the meat packing places in the Midwest. For Amarillo.
Oh, wow. Now, is that all packaged?
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. You're not having to deal with swinging meat then.
No. I don't mind hauling swinging meat myself. It's a lot of work.
Yeah.
Unload, waiting, unloading, and going washing out and hanging hooks. Takes a lot of time, but I used to do that coming out of Texas. I'd bring down by where Charlie lives, there's a in between Clovis and Amarillo, there's a swinging meat place, and I take it to Chicago. Somebody's in the basement.
Hey,
And
Randy.
I would take it to Chicago, and then I would load box meat and take it back to Amarillo to the prison, and they made all the lunch meat for all the prisons in Texas.
Oh, wow.
Hey, Randy.
How you doing, Alfonso?
I'm doing okay, you?
When Dad drove trucks for a grocery company out there in Colorado, he hauled swinging meat from a couple of the processing plants into the actual packaging plants on the other side of town. And there were some days that he could make 3 or 4 runs in a day's time, since it was such a short
Charlie,
distance.
you sell meat. That's where it was at.
Hey, do you know any other trucking company that are waiving CDL requirements or driver's license requirements?
No.
Because there's one here in Colorado that got in so much trouble, like they're hiring truck drivers and waiving driver's license requirement.
I know you told me about that here a while back, and that's against the law.
They got in so much trouble.
I told you they would.
Man, I could have got in that way too, right? As a blind driver.
Yeah, I told you somebody's going to catch on to them.
No kidding. At one time, it would have been hard for me to believe that about the state of Colorado. Not anymore. Spent almost 20 years living out there, and it was great, but it certainly has changed.
The whole world has changed.
Oh,
well, I wasn't here by choice, I tell you that.
Well, it's kind of like this. It wasn't, at the time that I lived there, it was not a bad place to live. Um, when I went back a few years later and visited with my parents, things were beginning to change, but it wasn't drastic. Um, by the time that my mom and dad moved out here to Missouri in 1989, it was a drastic change. And
Yeah,
I had
Kim, when you
gone,
lived in Colorado, they didn't have all them older blind Mexicans running around out
exactly.
there
And
then.
when I lived out there, there wasn't, I mean, I was there from late 1959 to late 1978. And there wasn't an issue um, with any minority.
No,
It, everybody just kind of got along.
but it's so
And
big now. I don't know the last
it
time you've
is,
been out there, but it's so far north and so far south now. I
yeah.
mean, it is
But
huge. It ain't. It hasn't went east very far, but they started to move that way now because they built the airport out there. They're starting to
yeah,
go east now, but man,
yeah,
they've went north and south. I
yeah.
mean, since I've grown up driving out there, I mean, it's like tripled in size.
The last time I was in the state of Colorado was in 1989 when I went and helped my parents move from Craig, Colorado to Macon County, Missouri. And I have no desire to ever set foot in that state again.
I don't blame you.
I used to love it out there.
I
Honestly, when
used
my
to enjoy
husband,
driving out there now, but it's so congested. I mean,
yeah,
they didn't keep up with it grew so fast, the highways didn't keep up. They're trying,
hmm,
but they don't have the room to make the highways bigger.
yeah. I've got a girlfriend that still lives out there, and she said that, and her husband has one of the big restaurants out there at the airport. And she said Armand he's getting where he hates it. But she is a travel agent and also a real estate agent. And so they go to all of the new places. She keeps abreast of all of that so that she can tell everybody, look, this is what we have here. These are places you can go and visit. And she was even telling me that, of course, both of the amusement parks used to be just huge attractions, and they're not anymore. In fact, I think one of them has closed. And they used to
I know
have,
the only amusement park that we have now is Elitch Gardens. That used to be Six Flags.
yeah. And oh my goodness, when I was out there in the 60s and 70s, that was Elitch's Gardens. And it was absolutely beautiful. But they must have
I,
changed that to Six Flags at a later date and then went back to Elitch.
yeah, but I tell you what,
Wow.
now I hear a lot of horrible stories about Elitch Garden, like
Oh,
fights breaking out and all that.
mm. And that's too bad. They literally had some of the most beautiful gardens in the city. It, I mean, that was part of its name, but it was just absolutely beautiful. And I spent a lot of time out there. Um, Company picnics and stuff that the state did, because I worked for the state of Colorado, right there in Denver, right across the street from the Capitol building, um, for years. And every time that we had a big deal, um, as far as staff or uh, what they lovingly referred to as company picnics, it was always out there at Elitch's. And it was mainly two or three of the offices that got together. And in the office I was in, my office alone had 90 people in it.
Wow.
And yep, my office was the one that did all the taxes. And
Oh, you're one of them people, huh?
no, I was not one of the revenuers. Those guys were on another floor. No, the office I was in, we did all the validating of the documents and checks, and my desk was the final landing point for all that money. And I got the deposits ready for the bank every day. It was pretty fun. It was fun. I handled a lot of money.
Hey Kim, when you worked in the office before, did you ever had office raids? Ever experienced office raids, like raids against the copy machine or the computer?
No, because any when I was working out there, they just had gone to computerized system for validation,
Right.
but everything else was manual.
Like
So
typewriters
we
and
yeah,
Yeah, Kim's
Oh, yeah.
old. They used sticks and stuff back then.
yeah, that's my
No, we
she's my
did
age.
not.
She's my age.
I actually had an electric typewriter. Thank you very much.
Actually, Kim is my age. We're both the same age, you know.
Honey, I'm 69.
No, you look younger than me. We're pretty much the same age.
Thank you, dear. But no, I'm 69, definitely.
Because I remember I had electric typewriters 25 years ago.
I tell you
I
what,
remember
there's days I wish I
when
still had
when
one.
I was to school, they switched from the manual to electric. Man, I couldn't do the electric one. It was too fast.
I started learning on a manual when I was in. Let's see, I was a sophomore that year. That was the first year that the sophomores were allowed to take that kind of thing. So I took advantage of it, and I had a lot of fun. Got
I
to
still have
learn
a
when
type. I still have a typewriter here.
oh wow.
It's the Braille typewriter. Braille.
Oh wow. There was actually a girl in my class, would have been my senior year, who was blind, and
Right.
she had one of those. And she took the time she was in a couple of my classes, and one of them was a French class, the other was a family living class. And the teacher of the family living class asked her one day, she said, Leanne, she said, would you be offended if we asked you to teach us how you do that? She said, oh, heavens no. And so she started teaching a bunch of us how to do that, and taught several of us how to actually read the Braille. And she was a pretty neat gal. But because
I
of
learned to
health
read
issues,
Braille 4 years ago. I started learning Braille 4 years ago during the pandemic.
yeah.
Because I got into an online school for the blind where you learn to read Braille
Mm-hmm.
and some other low vision courses.
Mm-hmm.
Some workshops through Hadley Institute for the
Mm-hmm.
Blind up in
That's
Winnetka,
neat.
Illinois. And they're free
That
if
is
you're visually
awesome.
impaired. You know, they're free courses, you know.
Yeah. Does Denver still have their school for the blind?
Yeah, but the Colorado Center, oh my gosh, you do not want to go there. You do not want to go to
Uh,
that school. I
ah.
tell you what, I heard so many, because I work at the Arc. Remember Arc Bristol, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let me tell you, I know a lot of I know a few kids that work at the Arc, and they said they went to that school for the blind in Denver, and they
Mm-hmm.
got kicked out because disability related behavior.
Oh no.
Yeah,
What, like they think you guys don't have issues?
right.
Well, that's dumb.
Yeah, because their
And
primary
do you
focus is
know?
on blindness only.
Yeah. And well, in most cases, yes.
Yeah,
Um,
and I know this girl who was blind also. She got kicked out of that school for touching, everybody.
oh, good grief.
Hey, you know how much that school charges? They charge $36,000 per semester.
Wow.
And you know who you know who
Good
pays for it?
Lord.
The vocational rehab pays.
Wow.
And you gotta complete the school, complete the program. If you don't complete the program, guess what? Your VR counselor's gonna pass the bill on to you. And if you get kicked
Yeah.
out, you could be stuck
Yeah.
paying that money, thirty-six
Yeah.
thousand dollars.
And I don't care what anybody says, that's not right.
Yeah,
That's
they're just like kicking people out so they could get the money. They get the
yeah.
money anyways, and then still kick them out and get more people in. Kick them out.
That is that's ridiculous.
Yeah. And then they claim to be a very good school and all that too. They claim to be a very good school. They claim to be
Well,
one of
y'all
the
can
top.
always argue.
They claim to be one of the top training centers in the nation, like Colorado Center, Louisiana Center for the Blind.
Wow.
They claim to be the top schools in the nation.
Well, apparently that's their opinion.
Yeah.
That's just, yeah, and I'm sorry, but they're wrong.
Yeah, I know.
You know, Denver itself used to have some really good schools. And I lived in the Thornton area. And yeah, I went to some good schools. Didn't have any problems getting through. But I had teachers who actually cared about their students.
Yes.
They wanted us to learn. It wasn't.
Not that way
They weren't
anymore.
No, it
They just
isn't.
want to get you in and out.
And that's just like the state of Oregon no longer requires the 3 R's, you know, reading, writing, arithmetic. Kids don't have to have that. That is considered now
What?
to be, get this, that's an influx of white supremacy now.
What? Really? That is
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, I have a real close friend who lives out there, and her grandkids are all homeschooled.
You hear more and more of that. People just homeschooling now.
Yep.
You know,
But-
back
Well-
when we was in school, you never heard of homeschooling. You
Oh,
either
heavens
went to
no.
school or you didn't go to school, but there was
Yeah.
no in between. But now you hear
Yeah.
a lot of people doing the homeschool stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you know, for the homeschool, you gotta be certified by the state. You gotta get approval from the state to do it.
Well,
I
at
don't
least
think
for
it
the
takes
state.
that much to do it, though.
Oh, it does. It takes a lot.
And you know, here in Missouri, I'm not sure that's the deal.
Budget prepper, if she comes on, we can ask her. She homeschools her kids.
Yeah. Well, shoot, I homeschooled my own for a while, and then
Hey, Alvin.
Hi,
Alvin's in here.
My oldest reached a point that she just said, "Mom, I want to go back to school." I said, "Well, okay." And she went back, and when they gave her all of her tests to make sure that she was really ready, it was a real small school. There was only 14 kids in her graduating class. One of the boys that thought he was so extremely smart, the counselor went in and he said, "Well, Beck's got a choice." He said she can choose between 2 grades. And of course, this kid turned around and he said, "Yeah, she's got to go back a year, right?" The counselor said, "No, she can actually come in as a junior, or she can go on and be a senior and beat the rest of you." And it set that kid up real quick. Unbelievably, he was the one who was chosen to be the valedictorian. And I think that was only because his mother was one of the teachers there. And so since he had been there since he was in kindergarten, he was shown more favor because he was everybody's little favorite. And Becky actually scored higher than he did, but he was the valedictorian, and she just laughed about it later. She said, "Yeah, it's all right," because her dad was pretty upset. And she said, "Daddy, don't worry about it." She said, "You and me both know I'm smarter than that kid any day of the week." And she said, "Besides that, I know how to wrangle buffalo. He doesn't." So she was fine with it. And she went on to college. It took her a while to do it because she did most of it online. She was her first year in seat at Columbia College. They're in Columbia, Missouri, and I'm not talking about Mizzou. I'm talking about the other one. And came out with fantastic grades. She had initially decided that she wanted to go into forensics until she found out how much more science she was going to have, and she was like, "Nope, I'm not doing that." And she came out with fantastic grades, and she went on to study psychology and psychiatry, and she is now an elementary school counselor for the Kansas City, Kansas USD 500 school district. And she swore up and down, "I will never deal with kids like my sister." And she and her sister always had problems. And there was too many years and not near enough miles on some days. And she swore up and down that she would never do that. Well, the last I knew, with all of the kids that she had worked with since getting her degree, she had dealt with a total of approximately 3,000 that were exactly like her sister. And I just sat back and kind of snickered to myself. "Yes, that's never working for you now, darling." But she does a good job at it. She loves what she does, and she's good at it.
No, I got
Both
a
of her
question.
boys.
I got a question. Does your grade determine what kind of person you are? Your grades
No,
when it
I
comes to
don't think
discipline.
so.
no.
I don't think so.
Because when I was in high school, and I'm talking 24 years ago, I've been told that your grades determine what kind of person you are, especially when it comes to disciplinary.
I can give you an example. Shannon's sister, half sister, was a
Right,
straight A student in high school, got all kinds of scholarships for college,
right,
and she lives on welfare right now.
right.
It's a person and their mindset. I mean, you might not be as smart in books. There's a lot of people that aren't smart in books, that are smart other ways. But there's
Yep.
people who can take tests and do really good, but they have no common sense. So I don't think so.
Yep.
Because here's the thing: when I was in high school, one kid brought a weapon to school, and they were gonna expel him but they saw that he got straight A's. They cut him slack.
Well,
That was
I'm
one
not going
of
to say they didn't play favoritism. The schools did. Schools played favoritism to their honor roll students.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah, because he brought a weapon. Yeah, because that's why I'm asking. You think should grades be considered into consideration when it comes to
You're
disciplining a student?
you're right, Charlie. Because some kids in the school systems, you got people that can't learn as good, and they might be goofing off more or something because they have a learning disability, so they're treated different. But it doesn't mean
Exactly.
that they're stupid. They're not stupid. They just
Exactly.
can't do it.
And now,
Everybody has a different way of learning things.
and now from my experience, I seen another kid for being disrupted, and she got 10 days. She got like a 20-day suspension for being disrupted because she had failing grades like D's and F's, and they gave her a long suspension. Pick up her grades too.
That's crazy.
So I'm thinking like they take your grades into consideration when it comes to disciplinary matter.
That's crazy.
Now, do you think it's fair that way or no?
No,
No, it's
I do
not.
not think that's fair. I can remember when I was in high school, though, and yes, I can remember back that far. Um, if the football players or basketball or wrestling or baseball, if their grades fell below a certain point, they couldn't play. That was the disciplinary action. I'll tell you what, we graduated some pretty intelligent sports dudes. They come out just fine. Um, it depends on the kids. Um, I think nowadays it depends more on the teacher. If the teachers are willing to take the time to sit down with that kid and actually work with them, really teach them something. Um,
That's the problem now. A lot of teachers won't take the extra effort for somebody that's
exactly.
having a hard time. They have a
Exactly.
set plan that they got to teach every day. If
Yep.
you don't catch it,
Yep.
they don't go back and help them now.
Yeah. And it has become a thing of kids, they're basically memorizing what's going on,
Yep.
and they memorize it for that test, and then it just goes out the window because they're working on doing something else. They move on to another level. Kids really aren't worked with enough today to give them time to actually learn something. And I was told for so many years, my dad, both grandmothers, a great aunt, honey, you haven't really learned to do something until you can sit down and teach somebody else.
Yeah.
And it's the truth.
And then a lot of the
I
schools
have
in our
definitely
area
learned
are
selling and quilting.
even going less time now. We're only going to a 4-day week now.
Yeah. Oh, Independence is on a 4-day week now. But there are
But you know
some of
what?
our
Because
schools,
they're trying to cut back on costs, so more money for the administrators. That's
yeah,
why.
that's not a good thing. Um, the there are schools here in the metro area, and I cannot name which areas it is. I just know that there are a bunch of them. Want to go on a year-round basis and let the kids choose which seasons they will go. If they'd rather go to school through the summer and then have winters off, have their time off during then, they want to let the kids choose. Personally, I don't think that's such a hot idea
You know
No.
what?
because
Where I'm from in New
it,
Mexico, talking to my friends and family down there, I just recently find out that the school went year round. The school district.
yeah, yeah. I have a cousin that lives in New Mexico, and of course, an aunt and uncle down there. None of them are in school.
What part of New
Um,
Mexico are they in? I
at one
mean,
point, my cousin was over around Alamogordo,
oh, I lived in
and
Alamogordo 20 years ago.
and there was another time that I think at one point Ronnie probably moved um,
Las
around
Cruces.
Albuquerque. No, he was around Albuquerque for a while because one of the addresses I had on him was an Albuquerque address.
Right.
But I have no idea where he is now.
Because I lived in Las Cruces in Alamogordo 20 years ago.
Well, the only time I was even in New Mexico
Right.
was on a vacation one time with my parents, and we had dropped down into New Mexico on one of the road trips that we took. My parents have been across there. They were down in the Four Corners area, and I have pictures of my mom on the Four Corners, and of course they went down around. They were down around the ruins down there, and
Around Aztec and Farmington, right? Around that
um,
area. Aztec and Farmington, New Mexico.
mm, now I had friends who actually worked on the mission field, and they were down around Farmington.
Yeah, I've been out that way before. Because when back in 2017, went to go ride the train in Durango
Mm-hmm. Oh,
and
Durango is
in Silverton.
beautiful.
Yeah, Durango and Silverton Narrow Gauge Railroad,
Mm-hmm.
and we went to go. So we stayed in Farmington, New Mexico, at one of the motels.
Mm-hmm. My parents lived at Craig, Colorado for, oh my goodness, about 10 and a half years, I guess it was. And they really liked it. And when I would go out there to visit them, um, we'd go down around Durango and Rifle. And of course, I've been to Dinosaur National Monument, and I love that. And of course, when I lived out there, we used to go down to Grand Junction every year at peach picking time because my mom did a lot of canning. And so we'd go down there to Grand Junction and pick peaches. Well, they picked them and we just bought them by the bushel. And there was one year that the peaches that mom bought were so huge. They were like literally softball sized. And two peaches cut in quarters filled a quart jar.
Wow.
And oh, they were huge, but man, were they good. Made some positively delicious peach ice cream. It was wonderful. Well, that was a mistake. It can be fixed. But, and every once in a while, my local Hy-Vee store will get Colorado peaches in. And when they do, I always go buy a bunch.
Wow. I didn't know they grew peaches here.
Oh, yeah. Well, oh, heaven, Jess, down around Grand Junction? Yeah.
Because
There's a big old farming area down in there.
I thought all
They,
western Colorado's all mountains. All the western half of the state's all mountains.
No, once you get over the mountains, no, there's all kinds of beautiful farmland out down there. If you go across
oh,
Highway
wow.
50, if
Okay.
you go to Grand Junction, come back across Highway 50 to 25. Oh, it's
Right.
very pretty.
Mm-hmm.
It's a whole lot
Because
better than going across I-70 in a car.
Oh,
It
yeah.
sucks in a truck.
well, Highway 50 in not good for a truck, right?
Yeah, it's a lot of hills and turning up and down and around. It takes forever, but it's a very pretty road.
And that's the highway that goes from Pueblo west, right? Highway
Yep,
50,
yep.
and that goes east to La Junta or something like that.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it runs out. Yep, runs out. Yep.
Big only
I can
Charlie calls
remember
it San Luis Valley, Charlie says. I didn't know the name of it.
San Luis Valley.
and that it was runs along the Arkansas River, right? Basically too.
Welcome back, Joe.
Hello. Yeah, I lost service. I stopped at the diner and got something to eat real quick at the pilot.
Now, after you get past Grand Junction, it's nothing but desert ground then. When you get over
Uh-huh.
towards Utah.
Right.
Yeah. And if you're up farther north, like up around the Craig area, um, it's kind of a combination of mountain and desert, but it's beautiful. However, if you have allergies to sagebrush, especially, um, take your meds because it's full of it. And of course, the San Luis Valley grows some of the best potatoes you can get. They have a brand there called the McClure, and they are a huge, round, red potato, and they're absolutely delicious. I know, because every year we got a bunch of those too.
Oh, Alvin said he went elk and deer hunting over there around Grand Junction. Yeah, I like it
Hmm.
over there. It doesn't look like any other part of Colorado. You know, it's different when you go down across there. I got some bad memories though over there. I had a pipe hit me in the eye on my left eye, and I got 7 stitches in it. And I had to deliver
Oh
a
boy.
trailer, a frat tank over there, and my eye swelled up so bad I couldn't see. So I was in a motel for like 3 days. I couldn't see.
Oh goodness.
Wow.
But kids were partying at the motel. Cops were called on them.
Oh no.
You know, when I was in college, I had a teacher. I took an audio production class, and by this instructor, and he said that it's a tradition, like as a musician, to trash the hotel room after a night's gig, night's performing. Like it's a tradition for as a musician to trash the hotel room
That's
before
crazy.
you leave.
Yeah, that's
But
nuts.
it did used to be true. I worked at one of the hotels there in Craig for a while my husband was working at on one of the oil rigs, and we were staying with my mom and dad. And I told my folks, I said, I'm going to go see if I can't find some work too. And they said, okay. And I went to work at the Holiday Inn in Craig, Colorado, and we had a band that was there. Um, and when they got ready to leave, um, it usually took 3 of us to clean their room because it was such an awful mess. And the manager finally just started giving them warnings. If there's one thing wrong with that room when you guys leave, other than dirty sheets and towels, you're going to pay for the cleaning. And he shot him a price of what it was going to cost him to get it cleaned. And it all came to a stop when they found out it was going to cost them almost $500 to get their mess cleaned up. They decided, maybe we better behave.
Oh wow, that's a
So,
lot.
My dad
Like,
used to drive a
yep.
tour bus years ago, way back, in the 60s and 70s. And
Hmm.
they would tear up his bus, tear up the seat cushions. And one day they
Hmm.
was off the bus, and he unbolted all the seat cushions and hit them
What
underneath.
the hell?
And they got on the bus. All everybody did, they're looking for the seats. He says, "You guys just tore them up," and he was liable for them. You're not going to use them. You're at the stand. They never mess with these buses no more.
Good for him. Mm.
oh man, but I'm telling you, but
Al, Alvin
see
said
when I
he
went,
went up on top of the mesa from
but when
that.
I was
I
in,
can't.
see when I went in college, my instructor put on the test like it's a tradition for a musician to trash the hotel room after a nice gig. True or false? And I answered it false, and I got points taken off.
Wow.
Oh wow, that's pretty cool, Alvin. He went in '79 while he was over there. They went to a bar called Bob's Dewdrop Inn, and ZZ Top was playing before he
Oh
got
my
famous.
goodness. Wow.
You can say you knew him before, huh?
Yeah, really. What in the world was that?
I've heard of that Bob's Dewdrop Inn somewhere.
Yeah.
I used to in Colorado. There, I used to go to the Grizzly Rose right there in Denver on 25, right to north of 70. There's a big warehouse at the country
Hmm.
park,
Oh wow.
and I go in there all the time. And they had like 8 pool tables, a pool room, and dance. Well, I didn't dance, but I get laid over out
Wow.
there. I don't even know if it's even there still.
Wow. I don't know. In all the time that I lived out there, of course, I wasn't a bar fly. There were a couple of small clubs that I went to, and they had amazing country western bands, and I loved to dance.
That's the
And
kind of music I like. The old country western.
yeah,
Yep, the old one.
and,
Not today's stuff. I don't like any of today's music, honestly.
some of today's is okay, but I think they're trying to add too much rock to it,
Yeah,
which is
heavy
kind of
metal and all that.
disappointing. But I
Oh, okay.
just,
I think I know what you're talking about now, Alvin. In Montrose.
yes,
There's some mountains out in Montrose too, right? It's all mountains. All the western part of Colorado's all mountains.
Not really. I mean,
Like I had a friend that lived in Montrose, and he went back to New Mexico. He told me there's all mountains there in Montrose.
that area is kind of
maybe
mountain
right
area,
around,
but
maybe right around Montrose, there's a lot of them, but it's not solid. That's not all there is. The only times I was ever down there, it's a really pretty area. And yes, at one point I thought the whole state was gorgeous.
I don't like eastern Colorado.
The only thing I remember much about eastern Colorado is I had a great aunt that lived there, and she and my great uncle ran the creamery at Stratton, Colorado for, oh my word, over 20 years. And every time that we would go visit them was when they had the creamery. And I learned a lot about testing the cream and figuring all that stuff out. And it was interesting. But the only thing I remembered really about eastern Colorado was that there were a lot of pheasants because my dad and his cousins would go pheasant hunting out there. And a lot of dirt and sagebrush. And that was about it.
Dirt and sagebrush about out there. There was
Yep.
a lot of pheasants. We used to have a lot of pheasants in our area. We hardly ever see any anymore.
Yeah.
We got so many coyotes in our area now.
Over where we lived, over there around Macon County, the only pheasants that anybody had were what they had purchased at the local sale barn and kept in captivity for their own private use. They didn't turn them loose because they just didn't survive. There was too many coyotes and other predators in them. And of course, that part of Missouri is loaded with bobcats. And so,
Oh yeah.
Joe, did you get your wheelbarrows yet?
No, not yet. Nope. Couple more. Decided to wait till I got any further to pick the kid up from school, then we can go down there instead of rushing back, you know what I mean?
Uh, are you in the truck? You're not in the car, right?
No, the truck.
I'll be back. I gotta go check something.
Okay.
How far you gotta go?
Oh, about 50 more miles. I think I'm going to stop for today.
Oh, that's not bad.
I'll be halfway there. I don't have to be there till 4 o'clock tomorrow, so
Oh
I'm
yeah.
going to stop over at Walcott at the big truck stop.
Right. Sit there.
I have 300 miles due tomorrow. Be up early still.
Yeah. Give me 2 seconds here. I'll be right back.
let's for
Hey,
sure. I'm
Alvin.
winding up with a.
Alvin, you still in here? I was listening to Fox News earlier, and I know you're not working no more, but Trump is trying to, if he gets president, he's trying to pass a law where you don't have to pay taxes on tips anymore.
Hey, that's a good deal.
He was out there in Nevada doing a big deal this weekend, and he's going to try to pass a deal where all these people that get tips don't have to pay taxes on them.
That's good. I know that will help a lot of these small town waitresses out a lot.
Yep.
What I wish is that they didn't have to pool all of their tips and then split
Yeah.
them equally. I don't think that's right.
No, one waitress be working her ass off, getting really good tips, and the other's
Yep.
not doing nothing. They still get
Yeah.
part of it.
I know when there's a Denny's restaurant over here on Highway 291, and when my girlfriend and I are over in that area, we go in and eat. And we 9 times out of 10, we wind up with the same waitress. And we tip her separately. And we just tell her, you put this in your pocket. That way she's not sharing it with anybody else. And she does such a fantastic job. It's wonderful. She's the kind of waitress everybody wishes that they had.
Make sure there wasn't any package out in my front door because we got porch pirates here.
I'm on Facebook there, the local town there. We're having problems, I guess. It's a small town in Maysville, and they're having several people having notifications that are having packages dropped off, and they're not at their door or on the steps where they says there are, and they don't know if they got somebody going around stealing packages in that little town or what's going on. They're checking it out. Everybody's watching out for everybody right now, but you get notifications, you got something delivered at a certain time, and they go out, at work, they come home, and the package ain't there, or they're delivering to the wrong address or something, but they don't know what's going on. The big write-ups I seen this morning.
Wow.
Well, there's a lot of porch pirates here in the Denver metro area. They got the highest. Now, Texas, they made it. In Texas, they made it a felony. Let me tell you, Texas made it a felony to steal packages off a porch, regardless of the value.
Really? Now, the police force can just catch them.
Yeah.
Or if they will go catch them. We'll put it that way.
There's some guys got videos on YouTube. They make like little bombs, those smoke bombs or stuff that gets all over you.
Yeah.
Pick up a box and they run, and they just get a couple feet, and the box blows up on them.
Yeah, and then they can't wash it off.
Yep.
They can't go in and say, "Oh, I never touched it." Yeah, you did. I guess that's one really good thing about living in this apartment complex. I'm inside of another door, and there's a key code that has to be pressed. If it's Amazon or UPS or FedEx, that code has to be listed with the company so that driver can get in, so that they're not leaving packages on the porches, and they are left right at our doors. And people haven't had stuff stolen. It's working out really good.
Well, I tell you, in 2020, I ordered a $400 train set, the G scale, the big ones, and I never got it. A porch pirate took it.
Oh no!
And because I got it used off of Etsy. With Etsy, you buy at your own risk. There's no
Yeah,
refund.
you do. Yep.
So what we have to do is dispute the credit card transaction with the bank because
Yeah.
Etsy or wouldn't refund it.
Mhm.
Yeah,
So we have to just
yeah, Alvin, I know you was talking about that here a while back there about the IRS on yours. That that would have saved you a lot of money.
so Etsy there's no buyer protection. They're more likely to protect the seller because the sellers are crafters basically.
Yeah.
Now if it
I
was
know.
eBay, it would have been a different story because eBay has a buyer protection no matter what happens.
Mhm. I have a
eBay and
quilting friend
Amazon.
that she's got stuff listed on Etsy,
Yeah,
but she will just tell people, if you really want that quilt, you let me know, and I'll take it off of Etsy and I'll sell it to you, at that price. But Etsy doesn't get to keep any of it either,
right.
because Etsy they take a big chunk of that.
Oh yeah,
And I know on YouTube, when they have the super chats that you can
yeah,
send money on,
yeah.
YouTube now is keeping anywhere from 20 to 30% of that. And I'm sorry,
Yeah,
that's not right.
they've taken 30% ever since I've been doing it.
Actually,
It's
the
crazy.
Actually, it depends how much you get. Like, if you get only $1, YouTube keeps it.
Yeah. Yeah. If it's under a certain amount, they keep the entire thing.
Yeah, if it's under a certain amount, yeah, you have to earn over like $100 threshold, basically,
Hmm. And
to
then you
get.
have to have a specific amount before you can actually collect your money to begin with.
Yeah, it's got to be at least $100 in there. They pay you.
Yeah. You
Anything
can't
under.
just,
I've only been paid one time.
wow.
Because anything under that, you don't get it. And people that give you the super chat, they're actually paying YouTube.
Like Jamie
Yeah.
gave me $5 yesterday. I told everybody don't do it because I don't see it. They don't give it to us.
Yeah.
If you want to help somebody, if somebody's got a PayPal or there's a couple other ways a lot of people have got, then you can get the money, but don't send it through YouTube. You
Right.
just get
Yeah.
screwed.
Um, what is it? PayPal and Venmo and
Pinball, that's the
Cash
other one.
App.
Shannon,
Yeah.
yeah, Shannon's got those.
Yeah.
Then you get your money.
Yeah.
But now YouTube's cracking down on that stuff too, where because they want you to use the tuber chat, like they don't want you
Yeah.
using PayPal or any other sources.
Yeah. YouTube's getting just like a bunch of the others. They're getting greedy.
Yeah,
And
now they're telling us not to ask others to run our playlist, like to watch the ads and all that, because then they could terminate our channel for that too.
yeah. Oh, and one of the deals that I watch, and Randy knows who it is Wendy. And there's a lot of times that there's one guy will go up and he sings. Well, for a long time, he was using some of the background music that was recorded,
Yeah, the
and
backing track.
she kept getting all of these notices
Yeah, the content
that
ID claims, and I get those all the time on my stuff, because even though
it
they're
was
my own version.
crazy. And so, but there's ways to get around it. And thankfully she's found them.
Yeah,
And I'm like, good grief. Uh, It's stupid the way that they do people.
yeah, but there's a lot of automatic content ID claim. It's all auto generated. Like,
Yeah.
and a lot of times it doesn't match what they're claiming. I upload one
Yeah.
of my own songs that I record on my own recording. Like, I play the piano, harmonica, banjo, guitar, whatever. But I do my own stuff.
Yeah.
But when I upload, it scans and they tell, oh, there's a content ID claim. It matches someone else's claim.
Yeah.
And then we look at it
Yeah.
and you hear it, what they're claiming, it just doesn't even match what they're
Hmm.
claiming.
Yeah, that's what my
So I
friend,
just
that's what
dispute it.
it's just, it's a bunch of nonsense.
And something, and you know that happened with the public domain, like Amazing Grace.
Copyright.
That's a public domain melody. And you know what?
Yeah.
There's copyright on that now.
Hmm.
You know, public domain, but once I got a takedown, copyright takedown notice on that song
Hmm.
because somebody
Oh,
from overseas claimed copyright.
she
When
had
I
one entire video that they took down and she'll never get it back. And it was because of there was more than one person on it that was singing,
right,
and they claimed copyright violations on a bunch of it.
right,
They took the entire thing down. And then they threatened her with dismantling her channel.
right,
And there was a long time she didn't go live at all. Yeah, she would be in other people's chats, but
right.
she didn't do anything of her own. And she's one of those channels that it's just fun. Um, she doesn't allow anybody to talk about politics.
Right,
And yeah, there are certain things that she will not allow, and she just tells people that. For anybody to go up on her panel, they got to show their face.
oh yeah,
And she's had a couple people get really upset, and they would be saying to her in chat, "Look, you know who I am." Well, no, I don't. When all you're doing is showing me some picture that has nothing to do with your channel or your avatar, I'm not
right,
letting you up here. And so, yeah, it's caused some problems, but I think it's protected her in the long run.
right,
At least she's not getting guys up there that are showing things that nobody wants to see.
right.
Guess what, Randy? I'm almost at the
That,
bottom of this step.
oh,
I have maybe four more. I've got two more big pieces and three small ones left to cut. And the big pieces will go into these big 10-inch squares, and then whatever's left, I'll cut what I can out of it. And
how many cuts have you got on you now?
none.
None yet?
I know how to
Dang.
use none. I know how to use this. I know how to do
Amazing.
it safely.
My mom years ago worked at a hat factory there in Maysville, and they had them electric shears, and they could cut through fabric, like 20 or 30
Yep.
pieces at a time. It's pretty neat.
Yep. Yep. My dad went one time and he bought me a pair of the electric scissors. And I said, "Now, Dad, why did you do that?" He said, "Well, maybe your hands won't get so tired with cutting if we do this." I said, "Well, okay. But you realize that that's going to stress my thumb more to have to keep pushing that button." He said, "I did not think about that." I used them and they worked pretty good for a while. I will admit that. They were fun. And I used them for a long time. Mainly for the simple fact that my dad bought them. He was always so excited when he would find something new in quilting notions or even just sewing stuff because he knew that I really liked it. And so he would, when he'd be out on a truck run or something, if he was going to be there for quite a while before they could get him unloaded, he got to where he would ask some of the guys at where he was, "You got a quilt store around here? Or a fabric shop?" one of the guys looked at him kind of funny, and he said, "I have a daughter that's as a quilter." They're like, "Oh yeah, you go," and they tell him where to go, and to find what he was looking for, and he would come home with some of the darndest collections sometimes. Quite truthfully, some of the ugliest fabric I have ever seen in my life. But depending on how small you cut it, makes a difference. And once I got that super ugly fabric cut down into smaller pieces, it actually made a beautiful quilt.
Yeah, sometimes a whole lot is too much. But if you
Exactly.
get a little bit of it, it blends in and don't look too bad.
Yeah. Oh, I cut most of it into 5-inch squares, and that cut the design and the color combination down. It was a combination of paisleys and flowers, and some of the paisleys were striped and some of them were flowered, and it had really weird colors in it. But once I got it
You
cut
there
down
yet?
into squares that small,
Almost.
it was neat.
Coming down this way at all ever again, or?
I doubt it.
Yeah.
We don't run up that way. We don't do any East Coast.
Uh-huh.
I'm not saying I ain't, but
Right.
they say we don't run up that way, but there might be a special ones. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm new here yet, so I don't know exactly where all they run.
Uh-huh.
So where are you, Joe?
New York State, outside of Buffalo.
Mm,
What about you?
She's down by me. She lives in Missouri.
Oh,
I'm in
nice.
Independence, Missouri.
I thought maybe you're from Colorado.
No, she's lived out
Oh,
there.
no.
Oh, okay.
Nope, I grew up out there.
Right. Old man
And
from
I'm glad
Colorado.
you
Are you so?
meet Joe, Kim. We went to lunch one day out there.
Yeah,
I'm in Colorado.
out in Buffalo. Yeah, truck stop, diner.
That's neat.
Yeah, we met up.
I was back when I was meeting people out on the road.
Oh, you're not doing it no more? Or?
No,
No.
might be a special occasions, but
Right.
I'm not making a point to do it anymore.
Right. What about
That's
Joy
really
and Scott? You still?
Yeah, if I get a chance to go by Joey and Scott's, I'll stop.
Yeah.
And I run a lot. This here company, I run a lot of Texas. So.
Nice.
And if I get to New Mexico, I'll stop and see. If somebody, there's certain ones I met, like Jamie Conway and Nick, Multi-Hunter 247. If I get down by them, they're in Abilene, Texas. And Charlie and Mel, if we get down by them, you know, up by you or something. There's a few.
Uh-huh. Yeah. I hear you.
But it's like to deal with the thing we went through that you're going through with a certain person. You know, you meet them and then afterwards, you know, you get stabbed in the back. So.
Yeah. You don't want none of that.
I am who I am, and some people don't like me for who I am, so, which is okay. We all don't get along.
I have
Yeah,
to agree
oh well.
with you, Randy. I am
Like
very
Mike,
much that
Mike's
way.
fishing. I don't know if you've seen that one, Joe, but me and Kim goes on Mike's fishing. He lives over in Springfield, Illinois. I've stopped seeing him twice.
Oh yeah, Scott.
No, Mike.
Oh yeah.
Mike's home fishing.
Oh yeah,
You know
nice.
what?
You go fishing?
I haven't been on one of Mike's for, oh my goodness, I don't know how long.
He was on not last week, a couple weeks ago.
Was it?
Yeah, he was
Huh.
talking about he has one more payment on his house.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, he was having a deal there.
That
He
is
got one more
wonderful.
payment. Yep,
That's wonderful.
yep. He's all excited. One more payment. And probably this month here was his
I
last
don't
payment.
blame you. I love to hear stuff like that when somebody has worked as hard as what Mike has to get there. It just, but I know what that's like. And
He's
it,
excited. No more overtime.
yeah. I don't know. I haven't gone into some of the fishing channels as much as I did. Now, Possum down there in South Missouri, yes,
Yeah.
I still go into his. But
I talked to Possum and Amanda a lot. They're on Rusty.
Mhm.
Rusty does the one on Thursday,
mhm,
and he does one on Saturday night. And I go in for a
Mhm.
little bit just to say hi. I don't favorite.
yeah,
That's about the only live that I've been going in on the last month or so
mhm,
is Rusty. I see everybody there.
well, I go in because Possum and Amanda are on there, and it gives me a chance to, kind of catch up with them if I haven't talked to Amanda during the week. And plus, Possum's busy with that farming, and so. But I'm betting there hasn't been a whole lot of farming going on with all the rain they've been getting down there lately.
9
Been
acres
doing a
just
lot of
had
fishing.
9 acres just had a tornado go through his place.
Oh, it is.
Yeah, he was at a vacation camp.
Yeah, wasn't
got a
that when
phone
he was
call.
down there at Wasn't that when he was down there at Tin Killer?
Yeah, the campground or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, yep. He got a phone call saying that a tornado went through. It didn't hurt the house much, but there was stuff all over the place. He has a
Yeah.
video on it.
Yeah. And let's see here, Sherman Family Farms got hit pretty hard.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Oh,
so,
wow.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
went
his
down
wife
through there where
was there.
Sherman is. I went to Houston last week, and right there where Sherman's
Mhm.
at, man, it looks like a war zone down through the highway, down 35.
Really? Wow.
Yep.
Huh.
Yeah, very definitely a bad deal.
There's been a lot of tornadoes this year. Jamie was saying yesterday, out there in Maryland, there's been 19 tornadoes already this year.
Already out? Wow.
In Maryland?
Yep, in Maryland.
Wow.
What Jamie said yesterday.
Huh.
Mm.
Luckily, we hadn't got nothing. Just some tail end stuff of rain, but.
That's kind of like here. Now there was one night they had the tornado warnings out, and the sirens did go off one night.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, it's been just watches. Now we've had thunderstorm warnings, but
Yeah.
and we've had some pretty hefty ones of those. But
Now, last Sunday, I was sitting in St. Joe, and the sirens went off there, but I mean, it's raining, but I looked on my phone. We never did get no warnings or nothing, but the sirens went off.
yeah.
Huh.
And there was one time, what was it, a couple weeks ago, a girlfriend of mine lives in the far western part of Independence, and she's closer to Kansas City. And when Wyandotte County set off their tornado warning system, when they set off their sirens, it set off the sirens where she is. And she said as she started for their basement shelter, she looked out her door and she was like, this can't be right. The sun is shining. There is absolutely nothing going on, but I'm not taking chances. I'm still going to the cellar. She said, and then all of a sudden she got the notice on her phone that it was an accident and that her area was in no danger. It was just Wyandotte County, Kansas.
Well, that's good.
Hey, Nick, I was just talking about you. There's Nick there, multi-hunter 247. Probably, no, lunch is over for you, Nick. They used up lunch. It's way over.
Yeah, that's something I'm going to have to do here before very long, and that's get something to eat.
Nick is saying hi to you, Kim and Alfonso and Joe.
Hi.
Hello.
I know you guys aren't reading the chat.
Yeah, I can't see the chat right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately, I can't, because if I try to read chat, it's going to kick me off. So.
They got to come up with a better platform where we could see it when we're in.
Exactly. I actually thought for a while that it was just my phone being stupid, but nope, it's YouTube.
Yeah. It acts up once in a while. They're always changing something.
Yeah, and not always for the good.
No, every time I come in, it's something new. You could tell it's a different layout.
Yeah. Yeah, they're trying to do that all vertical layout on some of the chats.
Uh-huh.
And to where you have to go to, there's a certain location that you have to press to even be able to show a like on the video.
Oh, wow.
And it's a mess. And with that particular version, you can't always see as much.
Uh-huh.
It's a mess. None of my quilt friends like it.
Right. What is it again?
It's a vertical layout to where when you click on their video, it's set up like a short. You know, it fills your screen, and in order for you to like that video or interact with it, you have to do something else. And it's just a bit of a nightmare.
Oh, come on.
There's a bunch of them that are trying to get them to go back to the other one. I guess there's been several complaints on it.
Nick is hot down there today. It's only 73 up there in Iowa.
The body, baby. Chicky, chicky, chicky. Chicky, chicky.
It's in the upper 70s here.
The party, baby. Go sit here
I
and
think our
shaking on the
forecast
flowers.
high today is like
Come on,
84.
baby. Ooh, wee.
And then tomorrow we're supposed to be like 87, and Wednesday, 93.
Wow, yeah, it's supposed to warm up.
And I'm just like, no, not this early. It's too early for those temperatures.
Yeah. It's supposed to warm up here, too.
You know, they said it's getting a raise late, but it's only 82.5 lane today. It's been in the hundreds down there.
Mm.
I feel sorry for Jamie driving that postal vehicle around down there. Man,
Oh,
it's got to be
yeah.
miserable.
Oh. I've got a friend that lives at Havasu City, and their high today was supposed to be, well, when I got a text from her this morning at 8 o'clock, it was already 100 degrees.
Wow.
Yeah, that's a dry heat.
I
There's no
don't care what
humidity
kind
in
of
it.
Yes, I mean, not having the humidity is one thing, but when you get into temperatures like that, hot is hot.
Yeah.
And even my adopted brother that lives down there, and he drove a truck for years. Bill was an owner operator. And he said what too many people do, he said those like with arthritis and allergies and stuff like that, he said they come down here to Arizona thinking, no, it's going to fix everything. He said what they don't stop to realize is that with this kind of dry heat, your body dehydrates faster, your skin dries out worse.
Yeah.
Allergies can actually become worse because of all of the dust that is created in that dry climate. And he said, so yeah, he said, anybody that's wanting to move here for reasons of allergies, he said, they really need to rethink their options.
Uh-huh.
Hi, Janie.
Well,
Hi,
we get
Jamie.
we get the dry heat here, but I tell you, it's much drier
Yeah,
here
I
in Colorado
guarantee
than New
you.
Mexico.
I guarantee you, if you're in downtown Denver, that dry heat ain't going to mean squat.
But let me
Because
tell you what. Let me tell you what happened
you're
to me the other
surrounded
day.
by concrete and
Um,
asphalt.
I went for a walk on the trails
Alright, baby.
over where I live by. I fell asleep walking. I did not realize it. I fell asleep.
Jim, Janie Jane says hi. Lady from UK.
Hello.
I don't know what happened. I fell asleep. I didn't realize it. My friend stopped me, and
Wow.
and what happened was because she lived right by the trail, and so she had me wait at her house for 30 minutes.
Mm. Good
And then
heavens.
and then after 30 minutes, started feeling okay again, thinking that I could walk back home safely. And I said, you know what? She told me, I don't feel comfortable letting you walk back home. Like she tells me, you know what? I'm not gonna. Sorry. Like,
I know.
Joe, what are you doing, Joe?
Who, me?
Yeah. Are you closing your tailgate or something?
Yeah, how do you know?
We hear it.
Oh. Yeah, close to tailgate.
Sound like you get in a fight with your truck.
Oh no.
No.
It did? Sorry.
Even JD over in the UK could hear it.
And I found a nice grill on the side of the road today.
Wow.
Yeah, charcoal one.
Hmm.
You'd be surprised what you see on the side of the road. It's blown
Yeah, I
off
stopped.
campers or out of the back of a truck.
I remember in 2007 we lost an ice chest on the road coming back from Mexico.
Ice chest?
Yeah, like a cooler. Like it
Yeah,
flew out. It was so windy, and it flew onto the highway.
Right.
It was empty. They were during the Easter week, and oh my God, it flew on it flew
Yeah.
out of the back of the truck, and it went on the highway.
There's a local guy had a deal on the Facebook. He lost a ladder. I see a lot of ladders out here on the road. I
Oh,
go,
ladder
your
rack.
ladder. I go, your ladder has hit my car, and he deleted the post really that quick.
You do see a lot of ladder racks?
Hey, how safe is it to pick stuff up on the road? How safe is it?
Joe's driving right now too. Janie's.
Oh, I'm stopped right now, but I'm about to
Yeah.
be driving again. Real soon.
I'm about stopped, guys. I can see the truck stop.
Are you?
Yeah.
Hey, Randy, can you give me a hamburger at the truck stop and send it to me by the mail?
All right. I'll email it to you.
Yeah, hamburgers. I want a 12-inch hamburger and some large fries and a 40-ounce cup of lemonade.
Lemonade sounds pretty good right now.
Yeah, it does. They got a diner there too, Randy, or?
This is the world's largest truck stop.
Oh, okay.
You went to the I-80 truck stop, right? The I-80 truck stop?
Yep.
No shit.
Randy, you have been in, is it Kentucky that has Buc-ee's?
Buc-ee's?
Yeah.
Buc-ee's are mainly in Texas, but they're going everywhere now. You can't get a truck in a Buc-ee's. They're actually building one in Kansas City.
Yeah, they're getting ready to build one here. I mean, not Independence, but in the Kansas City area.
Colorado.
Yep, I've seen that on the news.
Colorado getting the Buc-ee's too. Colorado.
Yep, they're moving all over now. They mainly started in Texas, but they're only for cars, not even campers.
Oh, no?
They don't have no parking.
Yeah.
They got
Well, it depends.
They got over 100 gas station pumps.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Holy smokes. Where you're going now?
No.
Oh.
We're talking about it's a gas station called Buc-ee's.
Uh-huh.
Google it. They're huge. They're big old facilities, but they'll have like 100 gas stations pumps.
Wow.
You know, it makes me wonder, though, if they're not going to do the same thing that Whataburger did. And because I had eaten at a Whataburger when I was with Rachel one time down in Texas, and it was good. We had a Whataburger not very far from me here on Highway 40, and I went in there one day to get me a burger, just to see if they were as good. I ordered a specific meal that was priced at like $10.23. It was the burger, the fries, and the drink. When I got it and paid for it, all I paid for was the burger. And I said, no, there's supposed to be fries and a drink with it. And he said, no, this is what you ordered. And I said, no, I ordered the meal. And they said, well, that's not what came in. And I said, and you're still going to charge me the meal price for just the burger? She said, this is the burger price. The meal price is even higher. The burger was not good, and I have not been back.
I don't like
And I was like,
Whataburgers.
I'm not doing that again. Mm-mm.
Yeah, I don't like Whataburgers. I don't like the seasons they got.
Uh-huh.
And, well,
Yeah, but you know what? Let me tell you, people that work in those places, they don't care. They only there
They
for
don't
a
care.
paycheck. They're-
All right, guys, I'm pulling in here. I'm going to end this out.
Oh, you're getting off?
Yep. I'm going to shut it
Oh,
down
all right.
here.
Hey, can I
Thank
get down
You
to
have a
the?
wonderful day, Randy. God bless you, and I'll talk with you later.
All
Bye.
right. Bye, everybody.
All
Thanks
right.
for coming.
Hi. Hey, can I get down to at the truck stop, Randy?